Episode 37. Hey, why the hell did this woman pull her away? The woman pulled Tanhua and dragged her somewhere as she began talking like a chatterbox. I have another copy of the document I ruined, so please follow me. I will also help you treat your hand. I am really sorry. The woman then suddenly squeezed out her stock of tears to make Tanhua, who was a man, melt under her magic. Usually men, even if gay, wouldn't have the heart to see a woman crying. Well, but not Tanhua. She was a girl. If she saw a random girl crying while dragging her away, she would feel goosebumps everywhere. So cringe. Tanhua retracted her hand, which was being held by the woman, as she felt awkward. She only needed the new document, so after she got what she wanted, she would just run away to Nanshen's office. Here we go. The woman let Tanhua enter the room, where there were already 3 men waiting for Tanhua. Tanhua went inside first, as she wanted to hurry and get the document when the next second, she heard a clink sound coming from the door. Tanhua turned her head and saw the woman was locking the door and putting the key in her pocket as she walked around inside the room leisurely. What happened? She only wanted to get the new document. Why the hell was she locked inside this room? Was this like high school bullying when the girl was locked inside the school warehouse? That woman was so damn childish. Oi, what do you mean by this? Why are you locking me? Tanhua held back the urge to throw the woman to space as she asked the woman with a glare. Well, because I want to give a gay like you a lesson? The woman smirked as she sat down in a seat inside the room. Tanhua really felt the urge to slap this woman, but then fighting with a coworker in this office was forbidden. Moreover, if she were the one to initiate the attack first. Tanhua sighed. Since she couldn't slap this woman and couldn't get out, might as well take a rest. Tanhua thought that she was going to be locked here for quite a while, so she should just sleep and slack off from her work. Ho, what a good idea. If Nanshen scolded her for slacking off, she could just say that she was locked by a woman. Good excuse. Tanhua was about to find a comfortable place near her when suddenly 3 men came out from the corner while the rest were still hiding. These 3 men coming out so suddenly made Tanhua startled to death. Oh no, don't scare her. Oh Biaozi, so this is the gay you mentioned, huh? Really skinny. The first man in the room mentioned the woman's name as he grinned and put his hands in front of his chest, looking very arrogant. The second man also looked at Tanhua from her head to her feet and clicked his tongue. Is this midget really a man? He looks like a girl. This sentence was followed by laughter from the men and the woman named Biao. Tanhua, who heard the laughter, frowned in displeasure. Those assholes and the woman are homophobic, aren't they? How can they be this cruel to a gay? Well, but she was a girl. How could she be a gay? Boys, give him a lesson. Biaozi, the woman who locked Tanhua inside the room, laughed as she went back to her chair about to watch the show where Tanhua would be given a lesson by the men. Tanhua, who heard this, suddenly had a bad feeling. Lesson? What lesson? These men wanted to give her a lesson? Meh. She didn't need anyone to teach her a lesson, as Boss Nan probably would be the one to do it. But the situation seems dangerous. Tanhua moved back a step when she saw the 3 men start to approach her with a scary grin on their faces. Somehow she had a feeling that these homophobes wanted to beat her up until even Nanshen couldn't recognize her. Well, but who would be scared? She had the almighty card in her hand, her golden thigh. So let's call her Golden Thigh now. Who was Tanhua's golden thigh? Of course, the evil big boss, Nanshen. Tanhua knew that Nanshen wouldn't let her, his beloved doggo, be bullied by anyone. He probably would say that only he can bully her. The men who approached Tanhua saw she was doing something with her phone. They thought Tanhua was going to call someone for help, so they got panicked. Take his phone. The biggest man in the room shouted as he ran toward Tanhua, who had finished searching for Nanshen's contact, when suddenly Tanhua threw her phone to the floor with a red face. Damn it, she doesn't have Nanshen's number. She doesn't have Nanshen's phone number. Tanhua had acted smug earlier, trying to call her golden thigh to help her, but then she forgot that she actually only had Mishu's number. She didn't have Nanshen's phone number yet. Should she call Mishu? But she wasn't at the office right now, so calling her would be useless. She would become a pig before Mishu came. What about asking Mishu for Nanshen's phone number and then calling Nanshen? It's still taking too long. These homophobic men would already grab her phone by that time then. Her 2 golden thighs couldn't be used now. Haha, look, he wants to call someone, but this room is so desolate that you wouldn't find a signal. The third man in the room laughed mockingly as he took a bat, a wooden one from somewhere in the room. You can't call for help anymore, so just keep quiet and let us beat you up. The first man ran toward Tanhua as he swung his fist right to Tanhua's face, about to make her into a pig. Swoosh! Have to pick up my phone. Tanhua, who was standing earlier, suddenly bent her back to pick up her phone when the punch came, making the man only punch empty air. Tanhua didn't know that she was so lucky to avoid the punch, just because she bent her body to pick up her phone. Damn it! The man who launched the first punch was irritated with Tanhua's luck, so he signaled his friend to catch Tanhua's hand and hold her in place. The second and third men nodded to each other and also ran to Tanhua's place. about to grab her hand. Swash! But then once again after Tanhua picked up her phone, she stretched her arm facing the ceiling, making the two men, who were about to grab her hand from behind, miss. Home. So sleepy. Tanhua stretched her arm like a lazy cat and still didn't know that she had just avoided another sneak attack from the two men behind her. Fuck, this gay's luck is so sick. The second man gritted his teeth in anger, seeing his and his friend's attempt fail again. Why the hell did this gay have such good luck? Is he an illegitimate son of God? The first man, who was the leader of those homophobic men, was frustrated when he saw they failed again. This was already the second attempt to harm Tanhua, but they couldn't even touch Tanhua's sleeves. Well, even if none of them learned martial arts, they were confident they could beat up a skinny boy like Tanhua with just the three of them. But looking at the boy's great luck, he thought he would need more help to completely beat up this gay. Okay, let's call for the two guys he brought with him. Guys, come out now. The first man shouted out, calling his two friends who were still hiding somewhere in this room, startling the poor Tanhua. What? He still has two men in this room? Right after the first man called for help, two tall, sturdy men went out from their hiding place. Yo, seems like you need our help. The first sturdy man patted the leader's shoulder with a grin. Yep, this gay is so fucking lucky. The leader shook his head as he looked at Tanhua with eyes full of disgust. This made Tanhua frown. Why the hell do people in this world act like this toward a gay? Were gay people not human too? She was raised in a strict and overprotective family, so there was no way she was bent, but then she also didn't hate LGBT people. These people also need the same treatment like any other people receive. What's so wrong with being LGBT? Heish. Was this how LGBT people in this world had always been treated up until now? If it's a yes, then LGBT people in this world must have suffered. Heh, you guys grab his arm, let us beat this gay. The first sturdy man smirked, commanding the two men behind Tanhua to grab her arm. Grab. This time, before Tanhua could react, the two men behind her suddenly grabbed her arms, securing them until she couldn't move. What the? Ha ha ha. Hey, just beating him up wouldn't be fun. This boy looks so much like a girl. Why don't we strip him off? Maybe he might be a girl inside. The second man, a vulgar man, licked his lips as he eyed Tanhua with his lusty eyes. If this boy turned out to be a transgender, maybe all five of them could bang this boy and taste his body together. That would be so much fun than just beating him up. Oh, good idea. Let's start from his pants. Maybe he doesn't have little brother anymore. The first man laughed out loud as he approached Tanhua, about to take off her pants. No, don't come.